Waves, y'all!
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, and I want to. I'm going to introduce my wonderful, beautiful nephew Jesse today, my godson, my sister Bab's son. Hello, Jesse.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. How are you guys? How are your clouds? Barb, let's start with you.
Well, my cloud is a little going through like a little turbulence today, but it's been going. But it always manages to face up and shine. So I'm in.
Oh, good. Well, that's good. And
over.
All right, Jess. How's your cloud?
That was good. I'm just thinking of, things that could bring my cloud down. What about when you get in your car, especially these newer cars, and you sit down for a tenth of a second and it starts beeping at you that you don't have your seatbelt on. Tring, 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 tring. And it causes so much stress and anxiety that you actually are more likely to get into an accident because of this chiming that's attacking you. Meanwhile, you're only going 2 miles an hour. The other day, I put it back in park, and it kept going off. Tring, 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 tring.
But wait a minute. Why don't you just put it on?
Because a lot of times you're not even out of your driveway yet. You know what I mean? Like you haven't even done anything, and it's just going off. It makes you want to just gun it into the.
They want to get out of the car.
Kind of try to block it out.
You can block the chime out.
I can do that.
That takes a lot of strength.
Yeah.
These new cars though are getting more and more unblockable. The chime, it like penetrates deeper into under your skin.
Oh, into your psyche?
Yes, exactly. They probably do government-funded studies.
Yeah. So do you think that Elon Musk has something to do with that? You think there's like a little chip it's like a little invisible chip that might transmit to your brain, so it makes it actually harder?
They study what sounds like a baby crying and things like that are penetrate deeper into your mind to bother you, and that's the one they use for your car seatbelt.
Well, you can disconnect that, I believe. I remember back in the day, my grandpa told me, because he was a mechanical guru, he said, disconnect it.
Oh,
disconnect
great.
That bastard.
That's great advice. I think those are I think those are the older cars. I don't know if you could do that anymore.
Because I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe you can disconnect it today. Probably not if it's chipped.
So Barb, what's in your new?
Which, by the way, is where they're planning on putting it into our brains in the near future.
Bloomberg Business Week. Do I have any volunteers with a little chip?
Are you kidding me? They're starting it off already? Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. They just opened it.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be plenty of volunteers for that. Trust me on that one. Probably Wally the Gators owner might be a good candidate for that.
You think there's going to be a lot of volunteers on that?
Fuck yeah. The psychos are in.
They want, really?
Apparently it makes you like a computer, makes you walk around more like a computer and less of a human.
Yeah.
If I heard it correctly the other night, like you have access to the internet through your chip.
Like a cyborg?
So you'll be a cyborg. Arnold called it.
Terminator. It's funny too.
Well, I don't want to push that on us anytime soon. but I'm glad that you confirmed to me that it is actually true.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely true. It's funny because in the paper they were talking about Grok, which is Elon Musk's new AI name. Grok, like croc. And you know, I've been reading that book, The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, which everyone seems to think is a bad book. If I mention it to them, they're like, oh no, I would never read that book. It's actually a Tom Wolfe book, and it's a really important book in history. Back to the Grok. So the Grok is the name from a book called Stranger in a Strange Land that all these people read. So obviously Elon Musk read those books, and they're sci-fi books, and I feel like Elon Musk is actually bringing his sci-fi to reality. It's about Martians, about someone who gets abducted by Martians, I believe, or raised by Martians. And Ken Kesey read that book, and then there's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and all these books. So what do you guys think about that?
Hey, look, me with the aliens. Somebody got abducted by aliens.
I think it's going to go there, you know, one way or another. And at first, people will get their brain chips, and they're going to be way smarter than everybody else because they are going to have access to the internet, and they'll be able to answer questions way faster than normal people, to the point, you know, maybe a decade or two goes by, and then it's going to be where, just like a phone, like if you don't have a phone nowadays, you're not even in society. Like, you don't even exist. You're like a Neanderthal.
So you mean is that almost like cloning?
The phone's going to be in our brain chip, and if you don't have a brain chip, you're just going to be left behind. You're not going to be able to keep up. And, probably, you know, at that point, once it's become part of everyday society, then they'll start with all their BS, you know, putting in codes into people's brains, making them like the Manchurian Candidate, doing things that they didn't even mean to do. You know, all of a sudden you just, you know, black out and wake up and you did something crazy, and it's because they programmed your chip.
Who's they?
That's ayahuasca. Give them, you know, give everybody the brain chip and ayahuasca. Let's see what happens. You know,
all at once.
All at once. Let's just put a brain chip in ayahuasca in a big vat and just cook it up and just see what comes out of it. I mean, why not?
Smoke it.
Yeah, let's see if that biatch blows up. Yeah, because it sounds like they're looking to make us all robotic. Your consciousness is going to be connected to the fracking Wi-Fi. So if you're in, no, Fox News is on it. If you're antisocial, I guess that's the way to go.
I think it's already there. Have you ever thought about something and then the next thing you know, it's on your phone?
No feelings.
What, Jess, what were you saying?
What, think about something and then it happens? Or you think about it and then an ad shows up on your phone?
Yeah, the second one.
Oh. I thought you said to think about something that happens, but I've said a lot of things and then I see an ad on my phone the next moment. So it's listening to you. Or I've had I'll just be like, someone will tell me a story, and next thing you know, a product they mentioned will show up as an ad on my phone.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to happen. I mean, if you really think about it,
thank you for
your
saying
brain is just
that.
a bunch of synapses, right? A bunch of neurons talking to each other with different frequencies, and these frequencies and these patterns are what creates a thought, you know? So when you think of an elephant, that's a specific pattern of brainwave frequencies going on in your head. And if you think of color orange, that's another pattern of specific signals and frequencies in your brain. So as soon as they figure out, which they may have already done, these patterns, they can just beam that right into your head. Next you're thinking about an elephant, you don't even know why, and it's because someone with the computer's programming and just sending that signal right into your skull, and you think you just thought of it.
Right, and the next thing you know, you're on a plane to Africa.
Yeah,
could be like an airline ad.
You're on a plane to Africa
to go
and
for safari. To go on a safari.
Whatever they want, you're doing their dirty deeds.
Dirty deeds.
Done dirt cheap. Well, it is true. I mean, so if we all walk outside and we see an elephant, or if we see like orange after this, we'll have to rethink that. So, Barb, tell us your Wally. What's in the news about emotional support animals?
Well, the latest is the 70-year-old man Johnny who says that his Wally Gator. I'm telling you, humans are taking it way too far now. Somebody's got to put a stop to it. He wants to have his service gator allowed to like accompany him into baseball games and maybe travel on the airplane with him. But he says, "Don't worry, it's not a service gator. He's my emotional support gator."
How dare he?
I'm going like, okay, so what's wrong with you, dude?
How dare you? He's not my what? He's not my pet.
Well,
don't judge me because I find comfort in the least, personable creature on earth, the one that wants to kill me.
Yeah.
The one that strikes fear in most people. What about a gator? Okay, that's one thing. Soon people will have emotional support mosquitoes. Imagine getting on a plane with someone and they've got a little vial or a little tank of their mosquitoes, and hey, my mosquitoes have the right to breathe the air just like everyone else. Don't swat at my mosquito.
Or like they fly around his head like in a cartoon.
Support mosquitoes. They're just flying everywhere. That's just my support mosquito. He loves me.
Come back.
Don't swat at him. Give him some space. He has a right to be here too.
Yeah, come back here, Louie. Louie, come back.
Exactly.
Like, what's next?
Give him some space.
Give him some space. All right, guys.
I demand this person gets arrested. They swatted my support mosquito on the plane.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a madhouse. That's probably
killed Daryl.
Ban the mosquito spray. I'm gonna sue.
Yeah, DEET. No DEET. No DEET allowed.
No DEET. Gosh, too cool.
We are going to be signing off.
I believed and I got in.
Yeah, me too. Well, at least you know how to do it now.
Well, it was a little trying, but I got it. Maybe I can upgrade to
the brain chips. Logging in the Zoom will be so easy.
Yeah.
I need the brain chip to do that.
We'll set you up for the first
I
appointment.
have optional.
Hey, can you put this brain in my chip so I can log into Zoom without any trouble? It's just a minor, relatively invasive surgery right into my brainstem.
Just a minor adjustment.
Like the minor chip for like easy.
I'm just tired of punching in passwords and logging in. Drill into my skull, please.
Yeah, like
my God. I am the type of person who might fall for that. Here, you can use it for easy things, miss. We'll give you the low-grade chip.
All right, guys.
Can I tell my coffee maker to start making coffee? All right, I'm in.